Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to my New York City apartment. Today's a very good and interesting video. I'm going to be talking about the PSP and why I think you should start collecting and getting one in 2024. I personally just started collecting again. I'm super excited. It is the one console that was very revolutionary and ahead of its time. I had never experienced a handheld like that since. I know we have like the Steam Deck, the Neo, the Switch, but like at the time, you gotta remember, the big consoles were still the Game Boy and the DS Lite. So the PSP came in and shook the gaming community by storm. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll talk about my games that I have, which are back here. Talk about the consoles that I own and why you should get one and accessories and whatnot. Let's get into it. Alright guys, hopefully the camera is great. What's up? Alright, now let's get into the actual consoles. I'll show you guys a couple of them. And if you've been in tune to the channel, you know I chose the DS Lite over the PSP when they were coming out, because I was Team Nintendo at the time. But I don't regret it, because I experienced the PSP after it was out, so there were more games out for it. But yeah, let me show you guys some of the consoles that I own. This is the very first PSP that came out, which is the PSP 1000. It's called the Chunkster because it is absurdly big, but that's what makes it a good console, in my opinion. It feels so comfortable in the hands. You're able to play for long periods of time. If you get the battery extender, you can play for even longer. But yeah, when I first got this, I didn't know what to think. You could play music, video, surf the web, and games, and download demos. There were certain web pages that you could go to get demos. I thought that was super intriguing. But yeah, this is super cool, super nice. It is the PSP 1000. Do I have any memory cards in here? Yes, I do. How many gigs? It is a 2 GB, and that just holds a couple of demos. If I remember correctly, I just have a couple demos on it. But this one was actually a project PSP that I bought as a junk PSP from Japan. It was quote-unquote junk. I put triggers. It didn't come with triggers, so I installed triggers. I switched out the buttons. I got a new joystick. It is missing these front panel buttons right here, but besides that, it is in fully working condition, new battery and everything. So PSP 1000 Japan edition. Let me grab the other one, move this one back. This is my also Japanese limited edition ruby red PSP that I also got from Japan from a specific website, which I'll link down below. Shouts out to Sadiko again. But yeah, in really good working condition. It's, what else do I say? It does have one defect in the back. The actual UMD disk drive little tray back plate is broken, but it does work. I've played UMDs on this. It works perfectly. It does tend to be a slightly bit louder, so I do plan on switching it out eventually, but it does work. The screen's still in great condition. I do need to switch out these buttons. So the buttons that are on it, they're kind of dirty and fading, so I might replace those. The thumbstick is in good condition. It has no drift, no nothing. Buttons are all nice and clicky. Yeah, PSP 3000, Ruby Red, Japanese exclusive. They also have a blue exclusive one, a baby blue, which I am in love with and will eventually get. This is my main PSP. As you guys can see, it says PSP. It is a PSP 3000, and I got it off eBay a while ago. I got it for a really good price. It's in immaculate condition. I just gotta clean it, wipe it off a bit, but it's in really good condition. And this is the one that I use to play most of my games. So if I'm like, if I want to play a UMD game, I'll play it on this. If I want to download games, I'll do it off the memory stick. If I want to watch a movie, I'll do it on this. Music, I'll do it on this. Yeah, it's in really good condition, really nice. Brand new battery. And I think it has a SD card in here. Yes, it has a... So, when the PSP came out, it had different forms of micros. And this is one of them. This is the Memory Stick Pro Duo little adapter. You can load micro SD cards in here. I think it has a 16 gigabyte at the moment. Yeah, it has a SanDisk 16 gig. I'll show you guys what a real one looks like. So, let me actually pull out the tray. I keep all my SD cards and whatnot that are in here. So I have a couple of them. So let me actually show you guys. Put the tray down. This is what a real one looks like an official one. Here's another one. So this one's a 4 gig, and this is the original one that came with the PSP, which is a 32 megabyte, which was just for saving memory, which I thought was weird. But yeah, this came with the fat PSP, and this was my original one. And we have this one, which is the adapter one, which at the moment I have 16 gigs, which I have, I think, 4 or 5 games on it. Yeah, I think I have like 4 games and then a bunch of PS1 games on it, if I remember correctly, because I'm in a little bit of a PS1 revision. But yeah, that's what it was. It came with the 32 megabytes, the fat one, and then in the future, people started modding them, and the micro SD, micro duo adapters came out. They're for a couple dollars on Amazon and eBay. I'll actually link the one that I bought, which is really good. But disclaimer, you cannot add more than 128 gigabytes on a PSP. It's not even a question. It's not, you're not able to. It may show up that you have 500 gigs, or it may show up that you have a terabyte, but it will not work. Trust me, I've tried. It'll load most of the games, and then a ton of the games will be corrupt, and when you try to play certain games, they'll be slower and more sluggish. Only up to 128 gigs, even on the PSP Go. Because there's a mod, but the mod only goes up to 120 gigs on the PSP Go as well. PSP Street, 128 gigs. But yeah, that's the memory, that's all the info, so I'll show you guys all the consoles. 3000, my main, PSP 1000, the first one that I ever got, and what got me into PSP, and then my limited edition Ruby Red, so side by side. So let me put mine right there, put this one on the side. And there is so many games for the PSP, I'm not even just exaggerating. There's a game for everyone. And this is my collection as of right now, which I've started collecting. And let's just go over it. Battlefield Elite Squadrons. Now, I remember playing Battlefield on the PS2. So when it got announced for the PSP, I jumped on it and I bought it. So that, Elite Squadrons. Battlefield 2. I remember playing this on the school. When I was at the lunchroom in school. It was so great. I would be able to play this with friends over multiplayer. How many people? Up to 4 players. I just remember playing up to 3 people. And we would have so much fun just dueling each other. The Force Unleashed was actually such a hyped game for me. I saw the trailer. I saw the commercials for the Xbox 360, PS3. And when I realized that it was coming out for the PSP, I remember I begged my parents to take me to GameStop when it came out. And they actually bought it for me. It was like a $40, $50 game at the time. And I bought it. I beat the entire game. I unlocked everything that you could possibly unlock on this. Such an amazing game. Especially graphics-wise. It was such an intensive game. It was like the home console portable. Parappa the Rapper. I remember playing this a bit. Mostly on the PS1. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. One of my favorite games. I love any of the Kingdom Hearts series. I got into it on the PS2. So there's that. A bunch of Final Fantasy games that I got for like relatively inexpensive. So Final Fantasy Type 0. Crisis Core, which over the last couple years got a remake, an HD remake, Dissidia Final Fantasy, and Dissidia 12. So I thought those were cool. All of these are cool. My favorite one has to be this one, Crisis Core. Then we have a bunch of Metal Gear Solid games. I played all of these. I got introduced to the PSP games through the PlayStation Store. So I played the demos over and over again, and then I actually ended up getting the games. So Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, Portable Ops, and then this Peace Walker one. So these two are, let me just show you all three. Oops. So that's that. This is the greatest hits. Yeah. The best of, and this is just a regular generic one. So yeah, one of my favorite games of all time. Then we have this. This one's just Ghouls and Goblins. So Ultimate Ghost and Goblins, my bad. It's a really hard game. If you remember the original one and how hard that one was, this one's just better graphics and just tougher, in my opinion. And then we have a bunch of shooters. So we have 2 copies of Road to Victory. This one I got because I'm like, oh, there's a Call of Duty out for the PSP. I never knew. So I bought it. Then I got this one at a convention because I didn't know I already had it. It'll never happen again. I categorize all my games through an app now. So it lets me know if I already own it or not. But yeah, I rebought it. They were cheap. I bought one for like $5. The other one was like $2. And then SOCOM US Navy SEAL Team Bravo. I remember getting this brand new sealed for $10 at GameStop. No, EB Games, $10. Loved EB Games when that was still around in the US. But yeah, for $10 brand new. Such an immersive game. All the SOCOM games on the PSP are phenomenal. Even the last one, the Tactics, 10 out of 10. Then most of these are Japanese, like anime type stuff. So we have this one, which is like a role-playing game. So yeah, there's that. I have these, which are a group of music game type thing. I don't fully know, but it's like a role-playing as well, but they're like musicians and stuff, and you're living day-to-day life. Monster Hunters Portable G. Here's a bunch more. This one, which is like a tactics fighting game. Monster Hunters 3 Portable. Sword Art Online. Battle Heroes. So Basara Battle Heroes is a nice open world battling game. And then we go back to Monster Hunters Portable G's. And the last couple of games are right here, which is Monster Hunters Portable 2nd, God Eater's Burst, and Phantasy Star Portable 1 and 2. Now, I do plan on eventually getting the Phantasy Star Portable Beginner Kit, PSP Kit, which comes with a clear case, earbuds, and a bunch of other like stickers and whatnot to like make your PSP cool. I've seen that, so I plan on getting that. It is a bit expensive, but you know, I'm gonna have to for the channel. But yeah, those are all the games that I have for the PSP. I do have a list of games that I plan on getting. This is just the beginning, but this just shows you how versatile the PSP library is, because I don't have that many games, and we went over shooters, RPGs, role-playing, open world, creative games. There's racing games for it. There's fighting games for it. There's puzzle games. There's so many great titles out for it. I just can't go over it in this video. But yeah, this is why I started collecting for the PSP again, because right now it's a sweet spot. Not too expensive, but not cheap. If that makes any sense. So yeah, peace.